Let's move on to the. Oh, it's so late. Let's move on to the CAG bag.
Okay.
Because
it's late.
It's time.
Okay.
It's late. At Gaming Dad, right? At Gaming Dad 1643 writes in and asks, "Is it still viable to purchase an Xbox One X before the launch of the Series X?"
Well, if you are still new to this generation and waited this long, then maybe. But if you have an Xbox One or an Xbox One S, then probably not.
A lot of the games are going to be free upgrades.
Yeah, I know. But if he already has an Xbox One,
yeah, I would just wait.
But
wait. If you don't, might as well have some fun now.
Yeah, because what else are you going to do?
Exactly. At Goldbug74 writes in and asks, "Do you think the drop in quality of the PS Plus games, along with the increased strength of Xbox game services like Game Pass, will be the main reason for a possible momentum shift with the next round of consoles? PS Now seems behind the times compared to Game Pass." I think that's part of the story. I think that the price is going to be a bigger part of the story.
Yep.
If the prices are the same, then the advantage is probably to PlayStation, I think, because they have the momentum, and it's really on Xbox to get the message out there about the value that they're bringing with the backwards compatibility or the forwards compatibility. And that's hard to get. We know about it because we're big nerds, but I don't know how much the general public knows about everything. Xbox they're making a lot of good moves with, customer friendly moves. Game Pass and forwards compatibility, backwards compatibility. But I don't know that the general public knows that. So, yeah. But price is big. Price is the most important. And whatever Wombat thinks as an influencer. Wombat, you still there?
I'm still here. Sorry, yes.
You have to say Wombat every 60 seconds.
No, my pop-up showed up on my computer because there were updates behind that, and it was like, we're about to restart. I'm like, no, you're not.
Wombat, just clap your hands constantly so we know that you're there.
I'm here. I'm listening. And you're talking about stuff.
Right. Good. You got it. Mm-hmm. You really were listening. Okay. At Retro Amigo wants us, he says, any follow-up to the debate about table tennis calories versus professional tennis calories?
So here's the follow-up. I live walking distance to the Dunkin' Donuts. It's just just over half a mile from my house to the Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay. Yes.
And I will say that the walk to because 1.1 mile round trip walk.
Okay.
I don't burn any calories because I go to Dunkin' Donuts. And that is the end of the debate.
I just wanted to say one thing is that I now, not just Shipwreck, but Mrs. Shipwreck is also synced into my Apple Watch.
Mm-hmm.
So when I finish my table tennis exercises, she gets a notification and she writes back. And today she wrote back, "You burn more calories playing table tennis just then than I did in my entire day." And then I asked her, "Please tell your husband."
Well, but she's not.
That information.
She's also not a professional table tennis player.
Well, neither am I. Anyway, next topic. I've proved my point.
Okay.
Thank you. Another one from @Retro Amigo. He says he downloaded Moving Out after Cheapy recommended it last show, and man, that was a complete bust. His wife hated the game because his wife is an Overcooked master, and she hated. Well, I said it was different than Overcooked in that it's not as frantic. It's definitely like more mellow than that. So
you can do a lot on your own in that game. Like Mrs. Shipwreck and I have been playing it, and it's a lot of like, okay, we need to work together to move like these few big objects, but then other than that, hey, we're just going to throw everything out on the lawn, and it's every person for themselves to make sure everything gets on the truck.
It's easier also. I think just generally easier. There's less going on. So I can see somebody who really liked Moving Out not liking. I'm sorry, who really liked Overcooked not liking Moving Out.
It is a very regimented game, whereas Moving Out is a lot looser.
No yelling. You like yelling.
Yes.
Retro Amigo. That's the thing. In this house, they don't like the yelling so much. So that's why we like this game better than. That's why they won't play Overcooked with me, but they'll play Moving Out. Yellow Snow Pal writes in and said, listening to old CAGcast episodes, I sadly remembered the first time I heard Win Cheapy's games. Worse than childhood trauma, I never won squat. Any chance you could bring that back? Or better yet, do a Win Shipwrecks games? Shipwreck's not giving up his games. He's got the real estate to hold those games. That's why I had to give up the games, because I didn't have any place to hold the games.
I
gave away all my games.
This? What?
You don't remember I gave away like all my games like when I was moving to Japan? Mm-hmm. I had about, I forgot how many. It was a lot. It made it to the blogs. You could probably Google like Win Cheapy's games, and it's probably like on Kotaku or something. Let's see. Win Cheapy's games. It's not. There's some bunch of fucking spam.
Good job.
Thank you. But I don't really have any games to give away. I have some, but like I don't think it'll be very exciting.
No, we're all digital now. Win Cheapy's hard drive.
Yeah. Right.
It's not good. It's not as nearly as...
Those are private. Those are private.
And it wouldn't work anyway.